jumps on here, I can also continue the conversation with them. But I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, which is artists being scammed. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about a lot of stuff that you'll see on YouTube and a lot of or creators being scammed. Um, so there is a whole section of YouTube dedicated towards teaching artists how to make money. And what I mean by that is they teach them marketing and branding. Um, I understand branding and marketing as a way to promote business and sell art. But the problem is that art is not a business. It is a form of self-expression, in different mediums. To be an artist is to be someone that puts themselves out there, takes their creations and shows them to others. That's what it really means to be an artist. And so there's lots of YouTubers online, or they're on YouTube. What they do though is they're like, I made $10,000 a month. Here's how. And then they give you a very basic, like, social media strategy essentially. And they say, go do this for 3 hours a day, and you'll make so much money. And yes, I understand that to a certain degree that if you put in work, you get output. The problem is these artists that are making a lot of money, they're not making money because of they're selling their art or because their art's good. They're making money because they're selling people courses. And there's a lot of these out here. Buy my course to learn how to read tarot cards. Buy my course to learn how to be the greatest businessman. Buy my course to do this and that. The problem is that a lot of they're scams because they're only teaching you something that they did, and where they learn it, they learned it from someone else where you could probably get the information free. Most of the information they give is garbage because it won't apply to your particular situation. A lot of the artist strategies on how to make a living as an artist really are a waste of time, and you will waste your life chasing money with very little effect because the methods that these art gurus are putting online, they worked for them, but they're idiosyncratic. It only worked for them. And the way they make their money now is by selling people courses. And so they're not actually putting anything of value into the world. And that's what I have. I have a big problem with a lot of these artists that I see on YouTube because they're like, look, learn how to make $100,000 a year. Yeah, you could break that down into, oh yeah, if you only sell, you just got to sell one painting a week. That's awesome. What up? Is it Cade? What's up, Chase? So what I'm talking about is like, I want to encourage other artists, just look out for these scams. Don't waste your time trying to build a social media following, trying to chase people to buy your art. Because what it's going to do is it's going to make you hate your art. First of all, you'll think that your art isn't good because you're not selling it, which is, for some reason in our modern society, sales are the indicator of, good value, or what's up, Terabyte? What's up, Wenda and Gray? It's become this thing where like, oh, success is only financial. You're not a successful artist unless you've made money. I don't think that's true. What's up, Andrea? What kind of art do you do? But that's the thing is, we now have parasites that call themselves artists, and they're like, and all they do is just make videos telling people what to do instead of creating their own art. And that's how they make money. But then when the person puts in the effort, like they'll put in a couple of years of doing whatever these stupid social media strategies are, they'll get in a little ahead, but the amount of time and work that they put in versus the output or what they get out of it is not worth it. You're wasting your life when an artist is supposed to experience life. That's how we get fuel for our art. That's how the reason we express ourselves, because we have experiences that we have problems expressing, and then we put them in forms of music, visual painting, film. There's so many things that can be done. What up, Coach? But yeah, see, I wanted to talk about it because I've been one of those people. I tried going through the whole branding thing. I I wanted to be an artist. And there's lots of people that kind of like, oh, you're not an artist unless you're in a gallery. You're not an artist unless you make a certain amount of money. And I want to let other people know that's not. I I call myself an artist. I'm someone that makes stuff and expresses themselves through various, like that's on my art over there. That's one of mine, and that one, and then the onions one. The rest are my wife's. Um, I think yeah, that one up there. That's mine. But please don't waste. How to achieve hollow cheeks? It's called having a weight problem, Mister Rightish. What's up, Mohammed? Um, but yeah, I want to encourage artists that are starting out, or ones that are they feel lost and they feel like they haven't been able to sell their work, or that their art isn't worth anything because it's not getting attention. Great art isn't necessarily ones that get attention. Attention is just something that happens. Just keep doing art. If you don't let trying to make art your career kill your love for doing it. If it does, stop doing art as a career. Get a regular job and then just do art on the side because you love it. Because these YouTubers and social media people, they're they're not about the art. They're about themselves and getting money through promoting themselves. It's not about the art for them. It's about sales. And if you chase sales, yeah, you can get money. If you really work hard at it, you can make a lot of money. But then you will have wasted your entire life chasing money instead of creating art, true art that you feel. Because in order to create art, as I've said before, you have to have experiences. You have to feel something in order to share that emotion. Hello, Andrea. Oh, your sis is an artist? I don't play Roblox, Oli. What up, KAI? But biggest seller, yeah, some of them, yeah, you can make a lot of, you can sell some paintings for a lot. But the thing is, it's not about the sales. It's about the creation. It's about the process. And that's what I want to encourage people is don't waste your time spending, oh, I gotta spend a few hours today making my website, replying to my social media, creating content for my TikTok so I can sell my merch. Fuck that. Go outside. Go live your life. Go talk to someone that you would never talk to. Well, I mean, unless it's dangerous, don't do that. But have experiences. Go on adventures. Don't waste your life trying to pursue a career from your self-expression. Well, I'm glad that you make that much a month, Andrea. But what I'm talking to is, I'm talking to the artists, the people that start. I I wish I was smart enough to do math. I do like calculus. I've been learning that lately. I got the Brilliant app. I think that one really, really helps. I got Duolingo, Brilliant, and a couple other apps that I just daily do stuff like that. But it's good if you can make a living from art. That's awesome. What I'm saying is, make sure that you're focusing on being alive because we only have a short time. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. How many languages do you know? Um, well, I know English and I'm learning Spanish. I can read a little bit of Latin, because that's also on Duolingo. I started learning that. That was so fun because I wanted to be able to read certain texts. Um, I can say hello in a lot of languages. I can say ni hao ma in Mandarin. Hello. I need to learn some Hindi. So actually, this is an aside to the subject that I'm talking about, but I did learn a little bit of, or I tried learning Hindi, but I never got past the letters because on Duolingo it just takes so long. You have so many letters. Was it there like 50 or something like that? It's amazing. Bahaya? Is that how you say hello, Mr. Pranab? Hello, Mr. Langle. Hello, Katie. Math is fun. I do love solving a good math problem. See, I don't necessarily look for math problems. It's usually just stuff that I'm doing at work. I just analyze it and put it into math terms, and it just helps me. Um, Mr. Langdahl? Hmm. I don't know why I would say. Hey, what's up, Shidu? Hi, how's she doing? Shidu-chan. But going back to the whole subject, be an artist because you love doing art. Don't do it for a career. It'll just make you hate art. And if you look at a lot of the famous celebrities, I can program. I'm not a programmer. Um, can I sing? I can. I already did that though. But my bahaya is meaning bro. Oh, that's awesome. It means brother. It's bahia. Bahia. Is that how you pronounce it? Pranab? Bahia? Or Bahia? Bahia. My voice is a little shot. I'm probably gonna do the reading in a minute, but I just wanted to talk about um my I wanted to encourage people that are like starting out, because there's a lot of people gonna encounter stuff on YouTube that will make you think that if you just do these certain steps, you'll be able, and if you put in the work, you'll make it or something like that. But these people that are showing you this life, it's not real. And yes, I am autistic. It's not a real thing. It's a facade that they put out so that way you buy their course because you think that they're making money from art, but they're not. Donkey! For the person that said that in there, or Mr. Shamshul. What up, that rusty chumper? But yeah. Oh, so what was it? Pranab, you said orkasejo. Orkasejo is how are you? Orkasejo. Orkasejo, Pranab. What's ligarejo mean? I'm still learning Spanish, so I don't know that one. Ayahene marabai. How can you tell if someone has autism? I don't know. I'm still learning about that stuff. Mostly because like I suspected it a lot as a teenager, and then my brother and my dad got diagnosed, and I'm like very, very similar to them. I'm almost exactly like my dad. My brother is different because he's got also paranoid schizophrenia, so that was very hard growing up with him. But yeah. ¿Cómo estás? Hola. Necesito más amigos con hablar en español. ¿Cómo estás hoy? I did not get diagnosed. I took a bunch of online tests. I know that's not necessarily the best, but I honestly I can't even afford to go to the doctor when I'm sick, let alone afford an autism diagnosis, only for them to tell me, "Hey, there's something that people think is wrong with you." It's like, great. I already knew that. Why would I spend thousands of dollars for people to tell me I'm different when I'm already constantly being told that I'm different? But yeah, it's a different type of life. Anyways, I digress. This chat kind of turned into something else, but if you are an artist and you're watching this stuff, please have fun, but don't try to make this your career. Art is not a career. It's something we do to feed our souls. Can I not go for free? Well, first of all, I'd have to go to the doctor and then get a referral to like a psychologist, and then from there, like, dude, even just a regular therapy session, because I don't have medical insurance. I don't make that much money. Oh, bye, Pranab. I hope you have a nice night. Sweet dreams. Do I ever have gay thoughts? Yeah, I used to think I was bi. What's up, Sham Shulalam? I understand that disoriented. A good thing, you could take a few tests from there are certain organizations that have pretty good tests online. You can look that up. Yeah, we have to pay for doctors in the U.S. like a lot. Yeah, like a lot of money. And that's just to get a referral to talk to someone. So that way they can tell you, hey, I don't really like to use the R word too much, but it kind of fits. It's like, that's how people kind of treat you. It's like, oh, you're autistic? Oh, so you must be pretty retarded then, huh? That's kind of like, so it's like, why would I want a diagnosis telling me that I'm disabled? Or not, but I'm not disabled. See, that's the thing. People, it's a different need of support. It's a different type of neurological hookup. That's all it is. Some people do need more support, but I don't know if it's a disability. I don't do pickup lines. I just talk to people genuinely. Just if so here, if you want to learn how to, as someone that has autism and has had to kind of learn how to socially interact in a very analytical way and figure out what the methods of actually talking to people are, I like to talk to people. Yeah, it really has. I think Shane Gillis has really kind of brought it back. But if you want to learn how to talk to people, um, you have to talk to what I call their joy points. You ask them discovery questions. Like, first of all, take a look at their appearance. There's always some way to find something to be like, oh, so like say they're wearing some kind of musical shirt. Oh, so you like that band? What's your favorite songs? You know, and you talk to their joy points and then see what makes them smile and what gets them interested and gets them going. That's how you really talk to someone. Just find out what they're actually interested in. Or if there's something around the room, just make a comment on that and open up a conversation. That's that's how if you I don't believe in pickup lines because pickup lines means that you're trying to pick someone up. Just build a relationship. Be a human. Stop trying to just have sex for just the gratification of the feeling. If you want that, just go jack her off. Sex is for relationships. It's for building a connection. It's for intimacy. It's not for this kind of pump and dump shit that society has now. Because that's not healthy. It's not helpful. Yeah, people say I have a jawline. I have that for right now. One day I'm going to be old and fat. I'm going to be ugly at some point. Yeah, pickup lines, it's like, I don't understood them. I never understood them. What up, Lexi? Um, yeah. But see, that's something that if an artist, if you want to actually, I don't, I'm not asking for money, bro, but I'll say Skibbity Toilet just because it makes you happy, Anonymous. Oh, happy birthday, Lexi. How old are you? The thing is, if you want to be an artist and you want to be successful, just build relationships with people. Be kind to other people. Try to understand people. Look at things through their eyes. Happy 15th birthday, Lexi. Just be kind to people. Not everyone's going to be kind back. That's the thing. And it's sad. A lot of us are very damaged and react badly to certain stimuli. So not everybody's going to take your kindness as kindness. It's 10 o'clock, I think. Mr. Anonymous or Mrs. or whoever you are, whatever your thingy may be. I was raised in the Midwest, so everybody's Mr. and Mrs. That's how you address them. It's as the form of respect. If you didn't, you were like, oh my God, what an asshole you are. So I'm so used to using those things. So I hope I don't, offend anybody by misidentifying them. Because that's what it really is. It's an identification thing. And people like to identify as whatever they want to, and I really don't care. Well, see, the thing is, a lot of people are going to say shut up anyways. Just express yourself. They're gonna say mean things. You're gonna feel hurt, but understand that what they say doesn't actually truly matter. It's just their opinion. We're all gonna die at some point. What matters is how we treat other people when we get out of those emotional states. I'm from the U.S. Add who to a song? Sorry, I didn't see your thing, Zach. Why am I skinny? I have stomach issues. I have a hard time eating because I'm usually in pain. The favorite job I've ever had, I was a personal assistant for a lady that was doing kind of a it's like a vintage antique thing, and I helped build her website and uploaded all the products and did the photography for that, and that was nice. I loved doing that. That was fun. I totally understand that, Lexi. So the anxiety goes away with practice. I understand also being made fun of. I get made fun of all the time. As you can see it on here a lot. I get insulted daily. But just in real life, I also like people like for some reason cruelty gives them joy because it makes them feel better about themselves. A lot of times we are insecure because of the things that have happened in our life that other people don't know have happened, but we know they happened. And so when someone else does something that we deem as being really awesome or something like that, it makes us feel inferior. So in order to make ourselves feel better, we have to bring that person down to our level. So that way we feel like there's some kind of kinship. And that's why a lot of people make fun of other people. Sometimes they make fun of a physical appearance just because it makes them happy to. If you ever watched Kill Tony, it's kind of that mentality. It's a you can mock me, I'll mock you type of thing. It's playful, or at least it wants to be, and it makes it hard to talk to people. I understand that. Oh, if it's good to pick up lines in a song. I don't know. I'm not that good at music. Most of the time, people are always rude and constantly judging each other. I totally understand that. Disoriented. Well, yeah. A lot of people say that you can control your reactions. I don't think you can. I think when it does happen and people are mean, we can try to observe how we're feeling, but I don't know necessarily if we can control that. Um, so it's gonna hurt sometimes when people are insulting. What's up, bro? Beastie B or Beastie B 2488. It is very difficult. See, the thing is, I'm like that too. What we do is the reason we put so much pressure on ourselves is so it's this thing called um, so there's this idea that we create in our minds a not a fantasy, but an image of ourselves or what our ideal self, the best version of ourselves. And we're constantly measuring ourselves up against this version. But the thing is, it's all in our mind. That's not real. And the same thing with perfection in reality. A lot of people have in their minds that life is supposed to be a certain way. They have an ideal in their mind, a perfect image of what life would be. And then when things don't happen that way, as they imagined, because of the attachment we created to that image in our heads, we become hurt when reality, the real, kind of pokes through. Well, that's very nice, Solomon. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. As Stockfish, yeah, I don't need to go to the gym. I've also done personal training too, so I know how to gain weight. I know how to work out. I just don't because I really don't care about that my body that much anymore. Well, Lexi, is this a thing that happens at school? Because school is a very I don't know. I've never been to school, but I've heard it's a very, very hard place to live or to like go constantly. But if it's not at school or not at home, if you can, best you can, get out of that environment. A lot of times oh, so it's in school. I'm sorry about that. Uh, See, the thing is, you're surrounded by a lot of people your age that are also their minds are not developed. Our minds don't really like men, especially their minds emotionally don't fully develop till about 45. Our brains are constantly developing. So right now you're stuck with basically a bunch of little animals that are kind of reacting on their hormones and reacting to their environment. And But people aren't always going to be like that. Life won't always stay this way. You will meet kind people. You will find people that will support you, as long as you also are giving to them. You have to be a supportive person if you want to be supported. If you want love, you have to love others. It's very, very hard to give everything that you feel within you and to be rejected. I've had that a lot. I think being introspective has actually hurt my mental health more than it's helped. Um, Mostly because it's the type of introspection that you need to think about. Introspection is only good to a point. If you're constantly thinking of yourself in a negative self-image, like my wife last night, she was talking about how lately I've been putting myself down without realizing it, just verbally, like, oh, I dropped something, it's like, oh, so I'm fucking stupid. And that's not necessarily a good thing. Yeah, bullies are very cruel. They have a lot that they need to work through as well. So you have to be kind of wary. You have to know who they are and what they are. They are a bully and they will hurt other people. We have to understand the reason that they become this person is because of their environment. They're not in full control. Humans are not in full control of themselves. We like to think that we are, but that's an illusion. We're constantly emotionally reacting. Even our logic is based on desire, which is an emotion. But I think that introspectivity is only good if you check yourself. Like when you balance your thoughts, when you have a very overly positive thought of like how awesome you are, balance that. Am I awesome? Where can I improve? But if you're constantly putting yourself down, think to yourself, no. I may have fucked up this one time, but remember yesterday when I did that thing really well? You have to balance your thoughts. Do I believe in free will? I think free will is a misapprehension of it's a misdiscussion. Because what is will? Will is the ability to choose. Do humans have the ability to choose? Because that presupposes that there is a soul or an acausal faculty of the self that can say, I will do this over that arbitrarily. When I think that usually, at least from what I have observed, life is a series of consequence and probability. But just because there's wiggle room and probability doesn't mean that it's not predetermined by the type of input it has. Like a video game. You have like an open world game is free will to an extent. But even then, so the option that you choose, are you in control of that, or are you merely observing after the fact? Because the unconscious mind, if from a video that I watched from years ago though, before the person even clicks on something, the unconscious mind has processed that information. So what we are like right now when I'm talking and I'm thinking, I'm observing this happening. I'm not in control. This is a response to the stimulation of the chat. You know, the questions. I can only give answers when someone gives me a question. That's how the world works. And we're constantly in a hyper complex series of cause and effect. Am I religious? I am religious in the sense of ritualistic behavior. I think everyone has ritualistic behavior in different forms. What's up, Katie? It's nice to see you back. I haven't even done the reading thing yet. I wanted to talk about just how to encourage artists to not fall for scams on this stream, but then it ended up me talking about free will again. I don't know why it always turns into me talking about free will. But yeah, that's how I view it. I think a very interesting science or anthropologist for people to look into. Look at the lecture series by Robert Sapolsky here on YouTube. It's free. It's behavioral biology, I believe. Yes. What is the stream about? I don't know anymore. I just started talking to y'all. Yeah, it exactly. The unconscious mind does things way faster than our conscious mind can process. That's why if so like when I play guitar and I do exercises, the exercises aren't to build my conscious mind on it. The more you try to focus when you on playing guitar, when you're playing guitar, the harder it makes it. But when you've done the drills slowly and you've trained your unconscious mind, it will respond without you having to think about it when playing guitar. I don't go to church. I think that church is a bad structure. That is, it's an ancient structure of the priest congregation one. The problem is that our priests have almost no understanding of the supernatural, at least in America. A lot of the oh, it's your dog's birthday. I hope your dog is having a nice day. Why do I say 45 for complete brain development? That is from a cursory. I looked at an abstract of a study once for emotional development. Um, it was because I was interested because I was wondering why I'm having such a hard time regulating my emotions, and that actually doesn't kick in for men till like right now. My brain is like starting to develop that part of the center of emotional regulation and empathy. So it happens between 30 to 45 is the average. That's the statistics that I read. But yeah, that's that thing. Yeah, I understand, Mr. McFlean or Mr. Flean. Um, it's because 95% of our movements and habits are automatic. We train the conscious mind trains the unconscious mind for behaviors later. So what you feed into your conscious mind, what TV, what music, what books, everything that you consume intellectually trains your brain, your unconscious mind, to react to something later. So if you're constantly filling yourself with content that is expressing love, that is trying to learn more, you will automatically develop these habits by mere of influence of your environment. The conscious mind can choose, if there is even a choosing, I don't know. It can seem to choose environments in which create a feedback loop between the unconscious and conscious mind. You can, if you hang out with people that speak a different language, you're going to pick up that language. If you hang out with sick people, you're most likely going to pick up that sickness. If you're constantly eating junk food, you're probably going to make yourself sick. If you're constantly watching bad TV or entertainment, constantly consuming entertainment, you're training your brain to just seek out more entertainment. But if you just for a little bit every day, you don't have to go in whole hog 10 hours of like, an audiobook a day, just 30 minutes. Just little things like that, possibly. I don't know if that actually works because I don't even know if there is free will. So, yeah. Hello, Chili Whip. Chili Whip spearfishing. Ooh, you do spearfishing? I love fishing. I do like your hat. I like hats. I have a lot of hats. Yeah, I didn't. Someone told me not that long ago that because like I've had a hat obsession most of my life, and they're like, oh, the autism explains a lot, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was a thing. Yeah, human mimicry is a. I don't know if that's true or not, Mr. McFlean, or I don't know why I call you McFlean. The story about the group of girls that developed Tourette's from watching content creators with Tourette's. There was an episode of South Park where he essentially does that, where Cartman does that. I don't know whether that's true or not, but the thing is, we pick up mannerisms around people too. Look at your friends. Think of what things that they do that you copy. Think of things that you came up with that they copy. I do. I got a schism of the tism. As Theo Vaughn would say, got that tism, boy. Yeah. But anyways, I digress. I'm just talking about, I feel like I'm just not even doing anything of value anymore. Just bullshitting here. But, yeah. I don't know. Unless y'all got more questions or something you want to talk about, I'm probably going to do the book reading thing and then, I don't know, peace out. I don't have much to do today. I think I'm just going to go get some weed. So Poem G says, how about if you analyze quality movies and shows that are fully complex storytelling, character development, and symbolism? Is that good content? Yes. That is art. Consuming art is good for you. Consuming entertainment is good for you in small amounts because it relaxes your mind. So there's, I'm horrible at spelling because I was homeschooled. No one ever checked my work. I never actually had to write any stuff. And so now with autocorrect, I really don't have to write stuff. I know big words and I don't know how to spell them. But okay, so my most controversial take is on what makes art art and what makes entertainment entertainment. Because someone asked that a few streams ago. But here's the thing. When you consume art, what is art? Art is a creation by someone that has deep meaning, something that has meaning to either the artist or they are trying to get a message across. There is a story, there is narrative, there is things to be gleaned from there. Entertainment, the point of that, I'm going to reframe this. Art is to bring you into yourself. It's introspective. It's to make you think about what is this artist doing? Who is this? How is this in relation to me? How does this make me feel? Entertainment is to amuse you. Art is to muse for thinking, to bring thoughts to your mind, to make you think about stuff, and to encourage you in that way. Entertainment is to amuse you. Amuse meaning to negation, amuse. So to stop you thinking. Because sometimes we do overthink. I have that problem a lot. And that's why entertainment is very helpful for us. Because it can be a way for us to finally relax. We can stop thinking, stop worrying, and be in the moment. But the problem is there is a lot more entertainment out there than there is art. And a lot of entertainment now is not made simply to help people get out of themselves. It is made to get something from the audience. They are trying to glean money from the audience, to take profit. And so the entertainment is made to be addictive and to be something that constantly gives money to the creator, rather than giving something to the audience, which is what entertainment should be. It should be something. Yeah, I kind of do live on the internet. I'm not much of a socialite person, but the whole point of it. Oh, my little cat's just sleeping. Everything's so cute. Sorry. Entertainment is supposed to help people in different ways, but it's been hijacked by people like the same mentality as why our social media is fucked, because they made it addictive so that way we stay on there long enough so that way advertisers can show us their crap, so that way the advertisers will pay the social media, and when people buy the advertisers stuff, they get paid. Instead of it being purely for people. Entertainment for entertainment's sake. Art for art's sake. We no longer have that. We have art for profit, entertainment for profit, at the cost of the soul and mental health of the population. We have promoted celebrities who are very horrible people, and we have promoted their personalities as being cool or badass, when in reality, you're a hurtful person and you are destroying your life and the lives of those around you. People should not emulate you. Agreed with disoriented. Yes, the harmful effects of the Industrial Revolution and its long-term effects. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. You can, if you, there are great films. Oh my God, Analyze 2001: A Space Odyssey, fantastic. Clockwork Orange, fantastic. Pi, fantastic. Some of Lynch's work, fantastic. I'm not fond of. Well, I was hyped up to watch Eraserhead, and then it kind of was like, oh, this didn't kind of live up to what people told me it would be like. But I was told it was really creepy and scary, and I thought it was just very symbolic and entertaining. There is art is worth consuming, but like anything, consume in moderation. Don't overdo it. Don't spend all your time on one thing. Life, the whole point of it is to experience a variety of things in succession, not to spend all your life fixated on one thing. If you want to, that's fine. You can do whatever you want with your life. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm telling you, here are some consequences of what happens. You can do what you want. But yeah, there are lots of things that humans have to do first before our species grows up. We have a lot of growing up to do because we're a huge family, and there's like a few grown-ups. I'm definitely not one of them. And the rest of us are kind of children learning from them. You know, that's the whole point of having role models, is to see where someone else has gone that you also want to go and follow them there. Problem is now is that a lot of what media has done is it gives people a way to create a facade and to put on a mask and be like, follow me, this is what I'm really like. Or what the Bible calls sheep's and wolves clothing. And then they lead people astray for their own ends, so that way they can eat the sheep instead of take care of them. See, the idea of a perfect species, what do you mean? So a historian says, I wonder if we humans will ever be a perfect species. Well, we have to define first what is perfection. Perfection itself, if we look at what it is in practice, it is an image, an ideal that we have in our mind that we place upon reality. Because there is no such thing as a perfect triangle. That is the creation. That is, if you read Plato, his idea of idealism, that he thought that there really were those things out there. I don't think they, like the Disoriented Virtue, the guy said how to stop gooning. That's hilarious. But yeah, I lost my train of thought reading The Judge. That was hilarious. Yes. So that's the thing. With idealism, it's harmful because it creates this thought that there is a perfect ideal self to live up to. I think if you are interested in this type of thing, I think it would benefit you to look at Plastic Pills, his channel, and look at his series on Lacan, or psychoanalysis. Lacanian psychoanalysis is very beneficial for understanding what I'm discussing. It's our minds create these little realities for us, and when the reality in our mind doesn't line up with experience, we have a clash. We feel pain. We think of ourselves as being ineffectual, unsuccessful, castrated, insignificant, because of something that isn't real, a fantasy that we created. And also, not only do we have an image of ourselves in our head that isn't real, that we're trying to live up to, we have an image in our head of what other people think of us. We create these ideas and fantasies. Oh, that person was mean to me because they think I'm stupid, or because, oh, she just thinks that I'll never change, or we try to predict what the other person is thinking. We create a fantasy in our mind that we then like clash against, and then we'll have an emotional reaction to that person in real life, when in reality this little other person that we put in our head is a facsimile. It's not real. It's something we created because of our own problems and traumas and stimulus. A man goes out into heavy rain without nothing to protect him from it. His hair doesn't get wet. How does he do that? Interesting little riddle, Mr. or Miss or person. I'm sorry, I'm so used to the Midwest, and it's hard for me to live in modern society without accidentally fucking stepping on people's toes. Because I don't want to be an asshole. Finn Low denied? He's bald. That's what I thought too. But what about his body hair? That's a pretty good riddle. Anyways, I don't know. I should get offline. I'm just having a pretty good day. I don't know. I like talking to people. This is fun. No one really talks to me about consciousness or time or anything. So yeah, this is kind of fun for me. But I should probably... Hey, what's up, Dr. Parul Gautam? Karen, I am 30. Yeah. At some point I'll start doing the reading. I should probably just start a new stream. But like when I do the reading, I can't talk to people, and I really want to talk to people today. I don't know. This feels nice. But anyway, do y'all have any questions or anything you guys want to talk about? Because like, if you want to talk weird philosophy stuff, I'm here all day, man. Kind of readings. Well, I don't do reading. I mean, do you want a tarot reading? Because no one really asks for that. I just do that type of stuff. I don't mean like, I don't just do it like online or anything. I like tarot cards. I think it's a very useful tool to see what's in our own minds. But no, I don't really do readings unless people ask for them. What animal turns about 200 times around its axis after it dies? I don't know. Do they really work? Well, here's the thing. They don't. There are a lot of psychics out there that are delusional. I am someone that has had supernatural experiences, ones that I consider supernatural or metaphysical, mystical, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of people take those and interpret them in really bad terms, and then think of themselves as some sort of savior, when really it's just, oh, you're just someone like everybody else in life has had a weird experience. Do you think countries would exist after 1,000 years? I don't think they will. They can't. Countries, nations, the actual, like, what we have as nations now didn't really exist before, like, the French Revolution. At least the concept as we now know them. They were more kind of like, you're just a person in a village, and every once in a while it's like, oh, maybe you're under this king, maybe you're under that king, but you were just the people of whatever language you spoke. Before Mount Everest discovered was the highest mountain in the world? I don't know. But so, Dr. Parul, so am I pronouncing your name right, Mr. Or Dr. Parul Gautam? Could it be that humans understand one system is better for humanity? The chance of a zombie apocalypse. Well, I'm going to answer Disoriented's questions on here first, because he's been on here all day, or for a long time. Could it be that humans understand that one system is better for humanity? I think the problem is that we keep on formulating ideas to fix our present reality or fix our present society, and by the time those ideas get implemented, we've already moved on. And then instead of actually doing something that's new and innovative, we're going back and doing old work and taking those old ideas and misapplying them to a new paradigm. We're just constantly playing catch up, I think. I don't know if I necessarily want to talk about my own supernatural experiences, because I feel like that really just all it does is discredits people. Because people think of an experiencer as someone that is dogmatic and believes in the experience themselves. I believe in experience for the sake of experience. I believe that you can induce trance. I'll talk about that. We'll talk about the idea of self-hypnosis and trance states, and as a way to implement supernatural experiences. So through meditation, rhythmic dancing, different breath techniques, you can hypnotize yourself, put yourself in a state of low stimulation from the outside, I guess. You're very introspective, you're very in yourself, you're in your own mind. From there, there's that single pointed focus on the activity, be it breathing, rhythmic dancing, drumming, whatever repetitive thing that you're doing. The whole point of meditation, if I remember correctly, the Sanskrit word meant single pointedness, if I remember correctly. Mr. or Dr. Parul Gautam, I don't know if maybe you might know, because you seem to have a degree. Maybe you can confirm this. The word comes from single pointedness. So the object of, at least from what I've learned about meditation, is not this weird kind of thing that we have in the Western mind where it's like empty your mind. Well, when you empty out a cup, there's still air in there. The whole point is to fill it with one thing, and to just put yourself in that one single state. You're focused only on the one thing. It's like the flow state. Artists experience it. Everyone that's a creative type experiences these type of things. But when you put yourself in this flow state, meditative state, hypnosis state, you open up the connection between the visual, conscious faculty of the mind and the unconscious symbols that lie behind it. If you want to learn more about that type of thing, read, I have the book over here, Man and His Symbols, edited by C.G. Jung. But yeah, anyone can induce supernatural experiences in themselves or in others. That's why Pentecostal churches get a lot of people when people feel the Spirit. It's because when you're praising, singing, and dancing rhythmically, and you're saying, Jesus, 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 what you're doing is you're filling your mind with one single thing. One single thought. You are saying a mantra, Jesus, 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 praise Jesus. You are filling your mind with one single thought. And from there, you put yourself in this trance-like state where you are receptive to the preacher's words, but also your underlying unconscious neuroses. So a lot of things will happen to people, and they have very weird experiences, and then they take these experiences and then tell them to other people as though this is what's really out there, but it's not. It's like the blind men feeling the elephant. They just felt one part and they claim it to know the full thing, but it's not what it is in its totality. And that's why I think that spiritual experiences are good, necessary, can be induced, but does not make anyone special or better than anyone. But I see a lot of people online, especially psychics, magic readers. Oh yeah, I have read Voltaire. I love, oh my God, Candide, or was it La Petite Durand by Voltaire? Peak, bro, peak. I love his work. Zombie apocalypse, we're already in one. Do you think shit's supposed to be like this? Yeah, Voltaire was the fucking tits. Kind of a little harsh though, and like, as a person, from what little I've read, his personality was a little, But damn, that book is good. Not necessarily as so. I know some people kind of take it as like some people will take it as a gospel truth, but Candide, by Voltaire, follows, if I remember correctly, the plot of it. Nice, King Itora. The plot of it is um, European a European family goes to America in like I think the 17th century. Something happens, kid gets kidnapped, and is adopted by the Huron tribe. Eventually, it's found once he grows older, it's found out that oh shit, he was lost, and his family, someone dies in his family, and then he's the inheritor. They bring him back from America to Europe and try to civilize him, and then he points out all the stuff that's like, this doesn't make sense. Why are we doing this? Your religion doesn't make any sense. Your society doesn't make any sense. But I will say, to balance Voltaire, you have to realize that he is trying to use this as a criticism of Europe. He does, like how Adam Smith in his Wealth of Nations built up this myth of the barter system, as like he has his own type of myth of a super egalitarian tribe of people that basically, if I remember correctly, he comes back and he finds Cibola, which is basically El Dorado, and then he kind of lives there. Yeah. And then it kind of, I don't want to spoil it. I think you should read it. But the point of it, what I'm trying to say is that Voltaire contrasts the image of European society that he has created. He contrasts it with an image of the supposed egality, because he had no experience with native tribes, a supposed egalitarianism of that legend. But he's using it. I haven't read the Ars Amatoria by Ovid yet. I do have his Metamorphosis, though. Zedekiah, I love your name too, bro. Freaking cool-ass prophet in the Bible. What am I talking about? Talking about Le Petit Oran, or Candide by Voltaire. Having a discussion with because I don't know how to pronounce your name. What's up, Reza King 7, CR7. But yeah, I do have Ovid's Metamorphosis. I listened to that a long time ago when I was at Amazon. If you haven't already, I know it's super popular, but Severance is a very, very, very good show for if you analyze it. I'm sorry, Messi or Ronaldo, I don't play football, so I don't know. If you want a mind-boggling show or movie that can make you ponder for days, actually, watch The Seventh Seal by Ingmar Bergman. It stars Max von Sydow. It's from the 60s, black and white. It's a Criterion Collection film now. Ankita, very beautiful name. It's great to see some love from Saturn. Well, I don't really know the difference between Messi or Ronaldo. I remember one of those guys had a really funny statue that someone made that just did not look like them, and they were just very disappointed. But yeah, the books that I like. You're just saying that I'm talking about the books that I like. Yeah, we were just talking about some books that we've enjoyed. Yeah, I love. I really enjoy Roman mythology. So that's something that for the longest time I thought there was kind of like a monolithic, here are the myths, but no, that's like, yeah, here's this person's version of the myth, and so you got Asclepius's version. No, Aeschylus. Damn it, where'd my book go? Well, you have one playwright's version of the myth, and then you got the other playwright's version of the myth, and you got the other playwright's version of the myth. I really enjoy Sophocles' work. Seventh Seal is the name of the movie. You can find it here on YouTube to rent. By Ingmar Bergman. It's in black and white. It is fantastic. It is in Norwegian or Swedish, I can't remember. I don't want to spoil it for you, but beautiful imagery, beautiful symbolism, very existential dialogue. I think you'll enjoy that if you enjoy artsy-fartsy films that make you think. Yeah. It's a legit plagiarism. Okay, so and Kita says the first time I read the Iliad, and if you analyze Hinduism, it's legit plagiarism of the Iliad. So I can definitely see what you're talking about. I think, have you ever read anything by Joseph Campbell? He has some very interesting archaeological and anthropological work on myths and their dispersal of throughout time. Like, where did the myths come from? Why are they important? What do they say about the people from back then? What can they say for us now? But I think a lot of our myths that we have started from like a certain stem a few thousand years ago and have been dispersed and spread into these kind of weird things. It's like a bunch of spin-offs. Most of our religions, or at least the Indo-European religions and mythology, are very much intertwined. But that does not mean that all religions are the same. I'm against perennialism, which says that all religions have the same meaning. They're all pointing to the same thing. They're not. If you study different religions from across the world, you'll see that there is a variety of ideas and beliefs that some of them are connected, some of them have very similar themes, but none of them are the same. Indo-European religions, however, are based on a triadic kind of thing. I've read the riddles in Hinduism. It's such a short, rational book. What do you sense of you? The riddles in Hinduism? Okay, I will check out that book at some point. That sounds really good, Ankita. Gilbert says Ubisoft forever. I don't know. Never played that game. Hello, Maiko. Not at the moment. But yeah. So I really enjoy Hinduism. I have the Upanishads, translated by Iswaran, over here on my shelf. I went through them a long time ago through audiobook, but now I need to take the time to specifically read them. I do really appreciate Hinduism's psychological look at religion. Oh yeah, okay. So I have the perfect book for you, Ankita. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was holding it so close to my face. Okay, here we go. I'm just have the habit of like holding it like that, you know, like the old-fashioned people. What the hell? Oh yeah, The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell, and I don't know why it's reversed on my screen. I wish it. But yeah, wait, actually I can. Yeah, The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell with Bill Moyers. This is based on a PBS series, lecture of series here, free on YouTube. Go check it out. He goes through the origin. There is a lot more anthropology that has been done since that series was created, and a lot more. We have a lot more knowledge, and we can kind of. Some of this stuff isn't exactly accurate, but it is very, very good for a basic understanding of Indo-European, the connection of Indo-European, Indo-Chinese religions. Also, if you want to study religion or looking into that type of stuff, check out Religion for Breakfast on YouTube. Let's Talk Religion, Seekers of Unity, and Esoterica, if you want to have a very scholarly overview. Yeah, no problem, Ankita. What do I know about Egypt? Do I freaking know about Egypt, bro? The rise and fall of the ancient. I'm only halfway through it, but yeah, I am obsessed. I am obsessed with Egypt, bro. I have right here a collection of ancient Egyptian myths. Where's my other book? I have this book that some of y'all might freak out, especially the Christians, will freak out about this one. Stephen Skinner's Techniques in Greco-Egyptian Magic, as a view into the religion and practice of magicians in about, I think it's 300 AD, was because because I have that, and I also have the original Greek magical papyri in translation. Includes the Demotic Spells by Hans Dieter Betz. That is also a really good book, just for looking at their stuff, but it paired with techniques of Egyptian magic. And I also have illustrated encyclopedia of ancient Egypt. And then over here, I have Egyptian hieroglyphs for complete beginners. So I can read a little bit, kind of. But yeah, I'm obsessed with that type of stuff. What up, man? Raja? What religion am I? People ask that a lot. Tu parles en français? Non. Je suis idiot. I don't know how to say idiot in French, but no, I do not speak. Do I know about Greek? Yes, I do. Where's my Greek books? Well, first of all, I have Aristotle's Art of Rhetoric, Greek Lyric, an anthology and translation by Andrew Miller. Where's the rest of my shit? I have, well, Cicero is Roman, but I also have Euripides' fifth book, which includes Electra, the Phoenician Women, and the Bacchae. The Bacchae is freaking nuts, dude. You read that freaking thing, god damn. Women be tearing people apart because, was it? Dionysus put an illusion over the king and made people think that he was like some sort of wild animal, and so they tore him apart. Wild shit. It's like 11, I think, here. I don't really play. I saw Minecraft when it came out, and I was not into it. I've never been to school, Ankita, so I don't have a major. I just have a major hyperfixation on learning. Oh, I also have Greek art by John Bowman. What else do I got over here? Okay, I think the rest of that's philosophy over there. I have the Xenophon's Conversations of Socrates, early Greek philosophy by the Penguin Classics. What else do I got that's Greek over here? I think that might be it. Because it's that, and then a lot of art books and philosophy books. Yeah, because most of the stuff that I read, I couldn't find the book. I had to go online and find like audiobooks or like free. Yes, I do. I studied history. Yo, what up, Cash? Oh, you're here. Yeah, there you go. You're now a mod, Cash. Told you that I'd make you one. Yeah, I think that's all I have for Greek stuff. Oh, wait, no. I have the Great Dialogues of Plato. That's it. After that. Oh, also for Egyptian stuff, I have Herbach, which is a novel that illustrates the journey of someone who's becoming a priest in ancient Egypt. I forgot what dynasty it was. I think it's the 18th dynasty. Yo, I am so glad that you like the books. Yeah, they're really, really good. Oh, what's up, Dark Force? I'm glad that you also speak English. I need to learn more French. So actually, when I was a kid, so I was homeschooled and I didn't really have many friends, and so my first friends were, my dad was a pastor, and these people that were escaping the genocide in Rwanda because, so my best friend's mom is Tutsi, and they were had to escape the genocide happening. So, and he was a pastor too, so they moved over here. They only spoke French. My dad thankfully spoke French, so he was able to help them. He talked to them, met them at church, And then they had a couple kids that were my age, and also didn't speak English, and I didn't speak French, so I ended up learning a little bit of French so that way I could talk to them when I was a kid. And yeah. Oh, my name's Zeke. Yeah, yeah. And yes, you can magic plays. You guys are my homies on here. You guys have been real cool to me. Um, yeah, you and Cash, freaking awesome. But yeah, so that's so I had to learn French when I was a kid in order to hang out with my first friends. So I learned a little bit. Oh wait, so there is a little bit more Greek stuff that I have. Sorry, last thing. It's the Corpus Hermeticum, the Way of Hermes, the Clement Salomon translation. It's the better translation. Get that one if you are interested. Some people have asked me what religion I am. I'm not this religion, but I think a lot of similar ideas to this. I also have a Bible over here too, so don't be hating on me. I know some people think, oh, you're just someone that hates Christianity. I'm not. I love spiritual pursuit. What is my take on sexuality? Well, I would like to first ask a question is, what do you mean by this question? Because people have sexuality. I think that's a normal thing. That's my take on it. It's a thing that people have. I think that it can be, I don't know. It depends on what you like. I don't know. Just don't hurt people. Don't hurt the innocent. If you do, we got a problem. That's all I have. Just don't hurt the innocent. That's literally the only thing that I have in like my whole ethical standard pretty much is just don't hurt innocent people. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Exactly. Yeah, we can have different ideas and perspectives and still respect other people's ideas. I love that nothing. Yeah, that's cool. Salam alaikum. Buddhist philosophy is actually very fascinating. I especially the intersection between the perception of it being an atheistic religion and the fact that people worship gods in like I think it's Vajrayana Buddhism. Agreed, Trent. It just makes life. I'm gonna lay down because my back is killing me. But yeah, it just makes life so much easier when you don't have to spend your time judging people, you know. And it's like, yeah, we all believe in weird shit. No one has it figured out. Religions are our way of coming to an understanding and a comforting fantasy that helps us live our lives. Because we don't know what's actually happening. We don't know what's going on. Yes, we're coping to a trend. It's our religion. When Marx said that religion is the opiate of the masses, he wasn't saying that it's bad. What he's saying is that we're in pain. Religion helps us get through and cope with these things, and that we need it. I'm 30, and I love that dark force. Yes, but I believe that if you are religious, I think that you should stick with the best parts of your religion. Stick with the parts that you have seen that help other people. Like Hinduism, I really think it's very useful. Their perspective of the creation myth of the if I remember, I think it was Atman, when the consciousness first reflected on itself and said "I am," and the first conscious being became created, self-created. It helps us kind of think of ourselves in a more psychological, intellectual way, rather than there being a being outside that dictates what the world is. It's the world itself that is thinking through itself. Carrie B, the reason I asked is I have been around many people that say homosexuality is such, and you are totally doomed. I have been gay since I was 8 and 48, also a Christian. Well, see, the thing is, I believe that is also a misapprehension of the Christian religion based on the codes that the Middle Ages imposed on Christian behavior. Because Christianity is not a monolith. There are many different sects. There are many different belief systems. There are many heresies. But a heresy, the word heresy, comes from the Greek word to mean to choose for oneself. That is when it means to be a heretic. So the minute that you think for yourself in Christianity, you become a heretic. That's why there's so many fights over these over this one religion. There's been so many different wars and things. So the idea of homosexuality, some sects of Christianity think that it's wrong, and that God made man and woman for all this one thing, because it's a very literal interpretation. It's kind of, you know, that friend that you try to tell them a joke and they just don't seem to get it because they have no ability to kind of comprehend subtext. That's what happens with fundamentalists. A lot of times they can't understand metaphor or the fact that this is a book that's a compilation of thousands of year old texts that have been not just retranslated but completely changed. If you read the Hebrew version of the creation account, the reason there's two accounts is because one says Yahweh in the translation, the other one says Elohim. One is a singular deity from the Yahweh cultists, the other is Elohim, El being the Canaanite god, the head of the Canaanite religion. Elohim is a mixture of male and female people, or male and female gods. The Elohim, El was another word for God. So there are two different accounts that got changed. There is change in the Bible and stuff like that. So when people take that as being a literal historical account, that's the problem, because we take someone's mistake and make that our reality and make that our facts that we base things off of. And obviously that's going to be a faulty foundation. And so that's why there are Christians that can be fine with people that are transgender or gay, and then there's Christians that aren't. It's because they believe in completely, even though they use the same label of Christian, their philosophy is completely different. It's not about Islam, but it's about, gosh, it's really hard for about all the universe, where to go after death. No, I feel that you can have, as long as you are not trying to impose your own metaphysical system on someone else, I think it's a wonderful thing to share. Because only with sharing ideas, how's it going, Julian? Only with the sharing of ideas can we find out what's there. Okay, so let's imagine a shape that casts a shadow. We can only see the shadow. Oh, riddles in Hinduism might be Arabic. Oh, let me screenshot this so I remember what book it is. When will we change? At nothing. The same prophet who told you about the things going to happen in the future with that. Yeah, that's it. Well, see, the thing is, people think that, like, oh, because my people have lived in this area for a certain amount of time, therefore, we have the right to always live here. That's the problem with nations in themselves, is people think that we own land, or that we have an innate entitlement to a specific area. Humans themselves are nomadic. We're supposed to move, plant things in different areas. Yeah, we do a little agriculture in one area, but we do that, we move on, we spread. Yeah, so there's no getting out of Europe, because where did you come from? You moved there. You're a few thousand years ago. Some people from Africa went up to Europe, and then around the same time, a few people went over in different directions. We're all just fucking people from one location that's spread around the world. Well, I'm sorry that you don't think I know what I'm talking about, Negan. Um, well, what do you think? Nothing says, I still believe that there are infinite universes, though. It just makes sense as formulas prove it. However, I still believe in Allah. So, yeah. When it comes to religion and reality clashing, or theories clashing, I think it's the intelligent man can hold two conflicting ideas, can believe two conflicting ideas at the same time and not suffer any emotional damage, because the point of religion is not to explain, at least in modern times, not to explain the universe. We already have science for that. The point of religion is to give us ethical systems for us to behave to each other, different ways of talking to each other, communal celebration of life. Islam, with its 5 calls to prayer, it is a building of community between people to be able to do things at certain times. That's the whole point of ritualistic behavior. Um, I'm sorry, I did not see. I might have missed your message earlier. Dark Force, can you replay it? People will still believe they're out of Africa. Well, see, the thing is, what I'm saying is not necessarily out of Africa, because I am not a scientist or an anthropologist. I have no studies. I am not that smart. I just read what other people say, and then I'm giving you that information. The Africa, out of Africa theory. So, what I'm saying is, humans evolved in one fucking spot. The species of Homo sapiens evolved in one fucking spot. We didn't evolve all over the place at the same time. Like, we didn't evolve in America and evolve in Africa and evolve in Asia and evolve in Europe at different times from different species of fucking monkey. They came from one fucking spot. We interacted with other intelligent ape species and eventually took them over. That's what fucking happened. Anyways. Oh, my phone's dying.